Sunday. Nah, nothing better than that, Cuppa.
There really isn't, and it's my first time casting here for VCS for the Valorant Sunday Showdown, so thank you for having me, and if anyone you've not seen before, I've cast a bit of CSGO, dabbled with some Valorant, and proper hyped for today's Showdown. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the biz-nas of what we've got going on today. It's going to be Ascent for the first map, and what are the teams, lads, that we're dealing with this afternoon or this morning, wherever you may reside?
So we got Mamba Mode Purple, Mamba Mode Gaming Purple versus All Victory Esports. So we're already going into the picks, so you can see this lovely selection screen, of course. But the map will be Ascent, so will be interesting to see where we're going to go with the agent selection. And I mean, there's so many different varieties, and I think still teams are figuring out what is the best agent combination. I mean, we definitely see the standard picks, of course, and some of the musts, like Sovas and things like that. But it will be interesting, especially with some of the patches and things that have been coming up through the past couple of weeks, Cuppa.
What's the balance? What's the flow state of Ascent? That is such a hard. I don't have the recipe for that, and I'd expect, yeah, none of these places, IGLs, these coaches, not too sure what to expect. I would say one thing though, you want to have that one key support player, a bit of util, that Omen smoke, that Brimstone smoke, whatever it is, even that breach for entry or defense, you need something to block off an area so you can make that pass. You've got that courtyard area in middle. It can get so hectic there, as we've experienced as players. We've seen as casters as well. But today, indeed, is it going to be that duelist, bam, pack a punch right into your opponent's face? Or are we going to see some more strategic plays and kind of really work in our way around the map? It's going to be a battle royale, that's for sure.
It really will, and I mean, a map like Ascent, it's so different than all the other maps, from all the variety in Valorant. So Ascent is definitely interesting because mid control is definitely one of those things you want, but it also can be fast play, it also can be a bit slow play, and the rotates are very, very long. So it's not just like a typical map, but things are already started and commenced, and we can already see the agent selection. Now, Mamba Mode Purple is going to be on the defending side, and All Victory Esports on that attacking. And already making their attention towards B so far. It looks like they're grouping up close.
AVE going in super hot here and doing their absolute best to try and make an impact. But as you'll see, this has really not got to plan, lads. They've been blocked off by that Omen smoke, and then they're not interested anymore.
Yeah, it does look like it. And we can even see Bears just playing his side of the market, just posted up. Frosty does have the Frenzy, just going to be playing inside of Tree, just holding the angle close by with his teammate. And instead, they actually will fall back, but that's going to be Striker using the drone, getting a bunch of information. Actually does spot the Jet, but not able to get the bolt onto him. But going to be swarming the site. The Spike already advancing in, and that's already going to be Okino's picking up one, now making it two. And it is going to be Hoodie that is going to be able to reply back. The Spike does look like a bit of a fake plant, still trying to get something underway here, Cuppa.
Frenzies galore, mate. We've seen back-to-back three, the triple of the Frenzy, and not something you see every day. And it's going to be happening all over the map on Ascent. It is a 3 versus 3, 30 seconds, and still anyone's round. And you love to see that in Pistol. That speaks high volumes of a good game to come.
So we do see that is actually going to be now a quad kill for Hoodie. So now making it just down to the 1-on-1. 1-on-1 with the Reyna, and also the Jet. 6 HP for Hoodie, just hanging right behind this generator. Got the Frenzy fully loaded to go. He has to make this connection, has to find it. Oh, but they're going to ring around the Rosie, around the generator. They haven't found each other, but Boltsy lands it, makes the connection for the triple, and that's going to be the pistol round for Purple Mamba Mode Gamers.
Mamba Mode Gaming. Gamers, they are gamers, technical as they're gamers, and they're gaming, whatever way you want to put it. And I'm just about to give a little pedestal prop up for MMG. We've seen them grow over and over, and they've got a lot of their academy teams that are participating within VCS, so proving really and truly they're giving it good in their pistol rounds and taking it home with a triple there from Beltsy. Haven't seen too much of Beltsy so far in my casting career, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Triple, baby.
Yeah, the triple, and I mean, even the quad, from Hoodie as well. So, I mean, it's, both players just picking up some serious weight already starting it off, and that's going to be Okino's throwing off the smoke, which will be the one way, getting that spray, but not able to make the connection as Striker lands the stinger, and that one is definitely going to sting, as now they're swarming this A site, and it's just going to be Boltsy pushed back and gets connected with the Paranoia, so the Spike easily going to get planned and making this the 5-on-4, Cuppa.
getting a bit overzealous there was MMG, and you respect it. You've got the pistol rounds under your belt, and you're going to see what else you can grab as well. But lockdown, AVE, doing a very good job off that entry. Didn't have the weapons, but it doesn't matter. They're doing so well. It's a 4 versus 2.
Already making the 4 versus 2. Now Atlas does drop from above, but not able to make anything else happen, and that's going to be all Victory Esports. They are going to pick up that second round, and that's something we see a lot of, is that you can never count out a team when they lose that pistol. I mean, you know, the old days, it used to be like, yeah, you're pretty much going to go 3 rounds pretty much right away, but that's definitely not the case here. And now the score is 1-1.
Exactly, and you're seeing, as our infamous phrase we would like to say, is the Shiko, the Sheriff only plays coming through from MMG. You see it in your CSGO realm as well with the Deco, the Desert Eagle economy save. And right now, if you're not too sure what we're talking about, please feel free to just give it a check in the chat and say, what on earth are you guys talking about? But this one, the Sheriff only for MMG, seeing if they can get any pickup frags here, lads. Maybe a couple of freebies at mid.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, I mean, Frosty, you can already see, does have the Sheriff, just trying to find some information, trying to maybe find, you know, cheeky frag if possible, but you can see that Av is just kind of posted up. They're not really being too adventurous right now, and even the spike is actually going to go all the way in the back of their spawn, making its way towards B, which actually, Mamba Mode Gaming, they're not even really putting a lot of information on it. It is the Killjoy that's just kind of posted up with the turret. We'll have to wait and see, and this is an interesting spot because there's not a lot of weapons that we're seeing for the defensive side.
There isn't, and I'm really interested and glad you brought up that point about Killjoy. We've really seen Killjoy come too much into the meta. Seen still use a little bit for one reference, but nothing too pivotal. Maybe this match will be it. Hooded, looking to see, clearing the back, and that'll do. That'll do, Donkey. The double peek from Omen as well, and AVE, they're really getting some momentum now.
AVE just picks up that round. I mean, they only lost one person, and that actually is a very, very good thing. And I mean, we talk about this time and time again, and that's very important, especially when you win that second round. You don't want to lose that many people because their money situation, I mean, yeah, they got some money right there in the bank, but it's not really that high. So if you can keep people alive, it just allows you to have more opportunities for those gun rounds later in the game.
And the more that you do get into FPS, and I think the more you play with the team, you get a better feel for when to make those pushes and when not to. So fragging out's important, and we're seeing a lot of frags so far in this game. 6 and 5 for the 2 top frags on either team. Who's going to get the MVP though? Time shall tell. Who's drank more Red Bull, lads? Me, you, or the players? Who is it?
I don't know at this point. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I would definitely think the players have been getting their Red Bull in, but we'll have to see. Now even Hoodie goes for the wide swing. Kinos actually does take him out. But look at this exchanges back and forth, Kappa. I mean, now it looks like they're trying to make it back to a 3-2 situation, but even Boltsy's just stuck behind the door, and the Killjoy is being such a big nuisance for them right now.
And that's Killjoy's job, isn't it? If you can fulfill the bill of just causing mayhem, giving other players a headache on the opposite team, Killjoy, you're killing all the joy, and so far so good. Great peek hit from Adius coming in. Atlas, in fact, if I can read, picks up another. Killjoy killing all the joy and killing joy of the opposite team as well, with the 3K finishing that one in style. And Killjoy, there you are. To be honest, one of my least favourite agents to play against. If you want to hear me getting the most upset, lads, get me playing against Killjoy and you'll hear some gripes, I tell you. Oh, Killjoy!
Yeah, Killjoy, and honestly, one of my favorite agents so far in the game. And I mean, Atlas, you know, just reading the whole map, the whole site, pretty much just picking off all the players one by one and picking up a triple for himself. So that's a very big pickup for them, making it back to the 2-2. And you can already see now we have a full gun round. It is just going to be Okino's the only player really with a weak weapon if we're going to talk about the effectiveness of those rifles. But we'll have to see how this goes because there's now a lot on the line as we're back to a tie game.
The mobility of the Spectre is pretty underrated. You see some crazy rounds happen. Obviously, yeah, the distance is not the best. And talking of distance, Frosty as ever, taking out the turret. Getting super antsy here as well, and I've seen a little bit of Frosty streams, and Frosty super aggro practicing and going to get the trade up there from Boltsy. Not able to double down though, so great effort. Not going to pay off in the long run though, and that makes it the 4 versus 3 for AVE.
Yeah, and this all from the game, Messiah, is actually really big because now going to be in the back of the boathouse. just going to be able to be, again, a big distraction for the teammates to come through and take this site. So the spike is going to get planted, making it a 4-on-2, and Okino's taking so much damage, already down to 31. Both him and Killjoy, the only remaining players left on MMG Gaming. And this might have to be the save, but I mean, unless we can see something where they can push in, but now Striker picking up the triple, and Atlas, unless you have the map of all these players, you're going to have to come up alive, and already not able to make the connection. This might just be the round for AVE.
No Seekers available, Atlas. You're not going to be Sky in this case. Backing the hell out of dodge, and yeah, that Vandal save, that could be imperative. No armor as well for Atlas. So is it really worth? Is it really worth going for those exits? I mean, careful, easy, Tiger.
Definitely can make the difference. I mean, if you can take down any of those players, I mean, it does damage that economy a little bit, but not going to be too much, like you said. Like, is it really worth it at this point? Because Atlas, you want to stay alive so you can transition that rifle into this next round. That's exactly what we'll see. I mean, even if they lost a couple players, look at this. You can already see 6,800, 65. Lots of money. These guys are laughing. They're just like, yeah, the stonks are good. Investments are good. I'm feeling really good and groovy.
Well on their way to that $700. I'm sure that's the banter, the chatter of the victory money they're speaking of. But All Victory Esports, they're looking to say, MMG, doesn't matter what guns you've got, we're looking to grab the victory as well. Two teams hungry and not new to the scene by any means. And if you've not seen VCS before, welcome, and hopefully you're enjoying the cast so far. These teams have made their bans, they've chosen Ascent, and who's going to ascend for the dub, I wonder.
Ooh, the wordplay. It's impeccable. I love it. But back to what we know is now even Frosty going to be using the ult, so that is the Blade Storm of the Jet. And we definitely see that typically on those Shiko rounds, or even, you know, just when they don't have enough money. But even now, Atlas, the only player that saved the rifle, trying to get a little bit cheeky, trying to find something on the catwalk, but now going to have to fall back. Doesn't take a lot of damage. But talking about damage, I mean, the raise on All Victory Esports is quite low, so the slightest advantage here for the defense. You can already see full push again, full speed ahead we go, and look at this spray, not able to make any connection yet, but Bears does find the shock dart, and now the spike getting planted again, and we're back to a 4-on-4 Cuppa.
The Killjoy coming in, so seeing what they can do to declare out sight and not going to detain anyone. Doesn't matter though, the 4v4 still underway. 2 players on Heaven, and MMO, also MMG, got to treat it like an MMO. They got to get out there, they got to get exploring and see what's up with this site. They're not getting quick enough here.
Yeah, it seems like they're really struggling to get in, but now getting in, it's going to be Frosty, lands the knives and just leaving it just down to Jet. That is going to be Hoodie with 1, with 2,
Ooh.
Trying to make it 3, but he's not able to make it work. And Okino's does put the nail to the coffin, and that will be the spike diffused in plenty of time. And MMG Gaming respond back again with another tie point, 3-3. This thing is just going back and forth.
It really is, and AV did super well with the trade outs there. Really close call. MMG slightly stopping off the fall from Heaven, and it's hard to clear both sides of the cuppies there as you drop off from underneath, from on top. You've got to be so vigorous with like, okay, is there someone there to left, right? And you can always miss them by a pixel too. So good work there from AVE, but you have to do a little bit harder. You have to go a little bit further to get the dub in the verses of the retake. MMG getting themselves back on the scoreboard. It's 3-3.
There should be money on the board. Even Bolty does have the Vandal just posted up, using that smoke for the slightest bit of vision. You can see it. It actually does peek on the bit of the catwalk, and Atlas actually playing on the bit of the close corner. But a very slow round from All Victory Esports, not playing too aggressive yet, but now the Jet does peek wide, and that's going to be Hoodie to take down Frosty. Somehow wins that exchange. He looked like a bit hesitant taking it on, but now the Ray is going to connect through. The Boombot is going to come, do a little bit of scouting. And now going to spot the location of Bolty.
Oh.
And that actually does land the free kill, but Atlas able to trade back 1. But now, here we go again, and MMG Gaming down in numbers. They need to come alive. Someone needs to pull the weight to making this back to an even situation, but it is just Okino's by himself. He's got the Vandal. He's got to hold this site by himself. He makes a bit of connection, but he's not able to make any frags. And now, this is going to be a free site for All Victory Esports once again.
I would really love to see some variance here from MMG. They did great last round and made it work regardless of a few blunders in the retake. So far so good, but it's a 3 versus 1. Everything here down on base has got to be the biggest bear claw to slap in the face on his opponent. Not going to happen, and AVE are going to transition into their next round. They've got their mid control on lock, Laz. They really, really do. Atlas keeps trying to peek from Cat, and it's not working. So you've got to try and switch it up. I think that would be the biggest tidbit I'd pass forward if you're sitting on the coach's bench. What's missing here for MMG?
No, and I really like that point from you, Kappa, and I really do agree. Like, I think mid control so far from All Victory Esports has been quite phenomenal. I mean, they're taking a lot of map possession early on. They seem to find that first exchange right away. MMG Gaming, they just don't have their timing quite there yet for the trades. And I mean, that's kind of something you need to be doing on the attacking side. You need to be getting that map control, get that real estate. And so far, they've been doing it very well. I haven't seen a lot of issues for them, but they seem to be winning exchanges very easily.
They are in real estate and put so well. They've got it all. They've got the insurance. They've got the loan. And as you'll see, again, this mid control. Atlas does have a good ult peak, and he's been switching it up. But, love the one tap.
I mean, look at this now. Like, I mean, you can already see Zyme does that takedown one, going to be throwing the gun back, and that's going to be Hoodie to be able to get the free rifle. I mean, we can already see MMG Gaming. They completely back off. They hit the brakes. They don't even have anyone close to middle. The only player is going to be the Sova in the back of the spawn, and he's not even really there. He's just kind of getting a little bit of information with jumping over. I mean, look at this. I mean, All Victory Esports, they're grouped up. And Frosty, he might be able to get this timing. Oh, he spots the shoulder of one. He misses the shot. And now he's going to have to fall back. He misses that opportunity to be the difference maker. And he's taken down for it.
That is so unfortunate,
30 seconds
lads. That
left.
could have been a 2K or a 3K. That could have been a round changer.
Could have been the round changer for them, and especially with what they have. And I mean, Okino is going to be just on the other side of this cloudburst. Going to be spotted, though. That's going to be the recon bolt from the Sova. I don't know if it actually did connect the Boltsy. He needs to make the shot, but he's not able to make it because Pun is just annihilating two, leaving it just down to the Omen, and now he will fall also. And All Victory Esports, they're showing their victory so far with a 2-round lead, making this 5-3.
With some finesse to it as well. The stylish plays we're seeing, the long distance engagements, the angles that are being watched from Catwalk Cubby across the garden. And that for a retake, you wouldn't really be expecting that if you're on the retake, like, oh, I'm going to check garden, check my corners. Not for someone all the way back there. Working out very well. It's 5-3. We've given praise to AVE, and take it or leave it. Just look at the evidence in front of you in stream. That mid control is dominant. We are seeing finally an operator into MMG's hands. Is that going to be the changing factor that's going to get back into this game?
And I mean, we can definitely see that. We've seen it and done tons of other games, especially here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown. And the op can definitely be a difference maker. It is that huge investment that you're putting a lot of money on the board. You're trying to see if you can make that one shot connect. A lot more pressure for them now, but we'll have to wait and see. Now the mid control actually does back off a little bit, but now even Bolts, he misses that shot, not able to make the connection, loses a bit of armor. And now will be Atlas. Look at this play, just using this smoke to his advantage, and now Kino's getting ready. If Atlas can peek this at the right time, he might be able to get the backstab. He pushes through and he finds the spike holder, and now this is going to be detrimental because All Victory East. I mean, was able to get the spike carrier down, and that's huge because then again, you can actually get it, which makes it even.
It does make it even harder, and we did talk just like the coach's corner of like, hey, what can MMG do to spice things up? And spice up your life is right. They spice things up. They switch the area of the approach, and I think we'll be back in business here as well. with regards to the round. It's 5-4. MMG, you got to be feeling good if you're on the MMG roster after that. You felt a little bit out of the run-in and you missed a couple of shots. But you can put that behind you now because it's 5-4. Only one round's being the difference, lads.
Yeah, definitely getting really, really close. And I mean, even now, Bears getting ready, holding the arrow, but instead will fall back. Now it's just going to be a slow round from All Victory Esports. I mean, they have 3 members. Going to be creeping through mid. A little bit different now. So what they've actually done that we haven't seen before is they're actually pushing all the way through. So this is getting a lot of real estate, but it actually will be Boltsy to make the connection. Does put the Bulldog to work already. An easy double tap for him. Looking to find more if he can, but Bears able to help his teammate through, and now just leaving it all just down to Hoodied with an operator and only 14 seconds. I mean, surely this is going to be the save and shouldn't have any issue saving that weapon.
As you would say, lads, save your stonks, save your money, get it out of here, get that operator into the next round, and that's the exit long hold here from Hoodied. Nice to be hooded up and cozy on a Sunday. Hopefully you are watching the game, or if you're enjoying some fresh air. I don't know if I would be though. It's pretty gross right now, but not gross for the servers. 5-5. Things are even Steven right now, and it's hard to say with Ascent. It's still an early map. I could say there's been newer maps that have been released like Icebox since then, but Ascent, is it defender sided? Is it attacker sided? What is it? Like, give me some info. I think it's slightly more defender sided, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a very even split. Like, I think it's one of the, no pun intended, but I think it is one of those maps where it's really, really close. And I mean, it's not just like a one-sided one-trick pony or anything like that. But speaking of one-trick ponies, I mean, now back to Boltsy, taking the first connection, and that's going to be the ultimate. Hunter's Fury actually going to get canceled. Gaming Messiah lands a nice headshot, takes down Bears, and look at this. They get in the site again. How do they do this?
Bullied their way into sight and clotheslined a few players. Somehow, some way, they're going to be holding on here. The operator shot is going to connect. Wicked flick there. And the save not going to be put all the way for the dub. MMG putting that up out of the server. And are they going to grab it? Oh, they grab 2 ops. So for that defense on Ascent, we mentioned the op impacted the difference. Going back to the 1. So keeping us on the edge of our seat. The op being slapped into Frosty's greasy mids and back into the action here.
Yeah, so this is going to be the last round of the first half, and I mean, this has been going back and forth. I mean, we can see it on the scoreboard. It's like 1 round gets picked up, 2 in a row, 1. It just completely unpredictable. There's just no way to know how this is going to go. I mean, even now, Atlas, they're putting all the money in the board. They don't have any ops except for just Frosty. No ops on the side for All Victory. Now they're getting ready for another A hit, and this is what they've done a lot of. They just seem to take the sites together, and using that drone as the distraction. That's a very good point already, and only having 2 members splitting onto short. So this is a different play that we've seen from ABE.
It is, and from what we've seen the past few rounds, MMG, they've started to read their strat book a little bit. Hoodie, though, he's going to get straight into sight here. He's picked the operator up. Atlas getting any stragglers in the gardens as well, saying, hey, this is my garden, I know the weed in here, and only me. To the 2 versus 2, though.
Making it the 2-2, and you can actually see that's going to be the recon bolt that's going to be ready. But actually will be Atlas, comes up big again, leaving it just down to Hoodie. He's been a very, very big player. Lot of damage being exchanged, but the defender Killjoy ult is going to be used, so that is going to be the lockdown. Going to be stuck inside of it, so going to need to escape this. Gets the spam and takes down Atlas. Get able to escape in time. No, he's actually going to get detained. Oh, this is huge. I mean, look at Bears. He's completely running. He's trying to find him as fast as he can.
Dun, 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 the Jaws music coming in. Not going to happen, though. And if you're hoodied, you've got to have felt your heart rate on the increase off of that one. That's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, the heart is pounding. I mean, I can only imagine with the beats per minute we're going on there. But look at this, even 12 seconds left. He has to go. He cannot hold back. And look at this. The Sova's so close, and he has to stick this. If he doesn't stick this, this is going to be it for them. And now he will be able to get the spike. The recon bolt does come through. So Bears peeks wide, but Hoodie, he somehow wins this. It looked like it was completely over, but he brings it back to the 6 and 6.
Switching sides.
I was going to say, oh mama, but oh mama mode gaming in that case, bringing things back and actually making a half of it. Not the best start from MMG, turn it into a 6-6 half though. Not too shabby, and they're well within their realm of actually picking up this game, or to make this a very good watch indeed. Welcome to the VCS if you're just tuning in.
Making it now, still waiting it out. And like you said, I mean, it's hard to know. Like, I mean, I think both teams played that first half very well. I mean, we're to a 6-6. It's not typically what we see, right? But I mean, both teams are very strongly equalized right now. I mean, and I'm kind of curious how they're going to transition things over. So now the freeze time will finally go through. Now we're going to be switched over, Mamba mode, switching on their sides, of course. And we're going to have to see if they take some playbooks out of what they learned from that first half.
I'm hoping so, and even from AVE success, what worked, what didn't work, and when to be switching up those plays. Got to learn really quickly, and as things are right now, a little bit room for forgiveness, lads. It's even playing field with the 6-6 score. We've mentioned it, and it's such a big mention. It really could go either way, and if that's something that's in your mentality right now, you're like, I don't know if we lose this round, we could be down for 3, or we could be back into business again. It's such a flip of a coin right now. And Ascent, I'm loving this one. I've not really the biggest fan of Ascent, usually speaking. You know me, it's not my cup of tea at all. But this is a really good matchup.
Yeah, we definitely seen you play it, and definitely shows on the scoreboard. But
yikes,
these guys are definitely showing us why they like it. I mean, nail-biter game back to the 6-6. Even Bear's getting ready. Using the recon bolt, that's going to be getting some information. But look at these frags. I mean, now it's going to be gaming him aside. Actually does get caught with the paranoia, so not able to see anything. Oh, does land the one frag, though. Some gets a bit of a rebound, and now making it the 2-2, making it now to the 2-1. It will be hoodied by himself. He's only got the frenzy, 13 bullets, so he can't even shoot the door down because he's not going to have time. He's not going to have enough ammo, so he's going to have to rely on this. This is a big gamble. I mean, the frenzy, it can do damage, but it can, you know, if you miss, it's over.
He's have to be a maniac, and you want to talk about 30 bullets in the chamber, but is that unlucky? 26 HP, my god, lads, he's got so much to do. He has so much to do. He does have a cloud burst, though.
Oh, and that recon ball, you can see it, and actually both players just playing the back of the boathouse, but Bears makes the nice one-tap, takes down Hoodied, and that will be Mamba Mode Gaming to take this lead. We'll have to see if All Victory Esports can make that bounce back. I mean, they're not going to have the biggest weapons, but we have seen it like we did in the first half. I mean, the second round, it was a big rebound and making it back to a tie game. So we'll have to see if they have anything in store differently for this second round for us.
I'm also proper curious if we're going to see from AVE that op come out very shortly. You're seeing a super disciplined save here, lads. Nothing coming into play. Talking of my skill, just while we're in this eco round and give you something to have a chuckle at. So I was playing with some ECA main players recently, just in CSGO, outside of playing my Valorant, and they said something to me. I was opping, and they're like, man, if the op didn't have a scope, you'd be pro. Just a bunch of...
Oh, look at this flank. Oh, but he's not able to make the connection, but actually Hoodie trying to see if he can get the burst, but will fall down, and this is just a complete cleanup. But actually a lot of good frags being exchanged here from All Victory Esports, all things considered. I mean, they went for a full mid push and actually took down 2. I mean, I'm a big advocate for that. You didn't pick up the round, not necessarily, but you are damaging that economy. So if they can pick up this round, which we see now they have plenty of money, well, not anymore, but they do have the money for the purchase, but this is going to be a big test for them because now it might put Mamba Mode on a bit of a backboard.
It does, especially weapon. Why is operators in business, man? We spoke of the op. It looked like it was going to be the full buy with the op supporting. You're not going to see any armor there from Hoodie, though. So, Buds, he's full glass cannon.
And that's even more of the risk. I mean, I talk about operator players or people that hold the op. You're a big investment. You're a big risk. And having a glass cannon, like you're essentially relying that you're going to be hitting every single shot. But I mean, talking about the shots, I mean, Gaming Messiah is actually taking the first one. But look at this spray down from Pun, and he's able to take down 2. And finally, the retaliation back here from Okinos. But Atlas somehow finds another body and making it a 2-on-3 situation. Mamba Mode Gaming, they get in the site, the spike's down. Still plenty of time to go. They don't need to force this plant yet. They can wait it out. But All Victory Esports, they're completely surrounding them.
Yeah, MMG purple, they're blue and purple, right? And they're beating up. It's the 3 versus 2. Not much HP on the side of Killjoy, and I don't know if Killjoy's doing anything to kill anyone else's Joy. Just her Joy being killed at this rate. Times are ticking.
You can see Alice trying to get a little bit aggressive. I mean, getting this information, you can find this frag that can be big. Look at that frag. He gets Striker down. That's so big, and he's only got 27 HP.
Spike planted.
What a player, what a clutch, and those are the most need to see at this point. Oh, the wall bang though, lads.
Oh my goodness. Lands the wallbang. Now it's just down to a 2-on-1 situation. Bears holds it down. He's got the bulldog, but Zynam gonna be able to peek him wide as he's looking for the op above him. And all Victory Esports, the investment pans out very well, and they're able to pick up their 7th, only 1 round behind from tying things up. But let's look at the money here for MMG Gaming Purple. I mean, they got money to go for this purchase, but if they lose this is going to put them back in the save, so it allows AVE to make their comeback.
Yeah, so I would say thin ice. It's not icebox though. Thin cloud. The cloud round descent, they're going to start to dissipate, and they'll start to see the rocks below them if they're not too careful. The operator's still in play for Hoodied. No glass cannon, so the glass cannon is going to pay off, Laz. Getting a pick with that last round, and this economic game from AVE. Great read so far for the attack and for the defense. And not landing the pick mid, but you've got to give props where props are due. Economy game of AVE, top notch.
Now we will see MMG Gaming. They actually are going to group up, putting a bit more attention towards A, but also having the Omen on the other side of B. So trying to be a bit of a distraction, a bit of a split play, trying to see if they can push back any of the defensive players as much as possible. But they're not really falling back like we saw in the first half, where MMG, they completely gave up mid control, things like that. But Hoodied will be still posted up. The Boltsy finally makes the first connection, and that allows a small opening. But now Bears able to equalize things now, or not equalize, but able to pick up more frags and making it only now the 3 players on the defense, so making it even harder for them to hold things down. And even the Jet, they're just falling apart one by one like a deck of cards.
They are. It's like a magician, and not doing the trick the right way at all. The cards not stacked in a pile, they're stacked on the floor and trying to pick them up to go for a couple more. That's the idea here for AVE, but you're talking a massive deal here. The biggest of deals. One, not going to be enough.
Oh my goodness! Bears!
Sick. Really
Just
sick. Just sick.
You're just sick. You're nuts. You're sick. Bears, sick. One word, sick.
Bears equals sick, if that would be the post. And I'm sure they'll be posting about it for days to come if they're able to pick this one up. 9-7, MMG had a bit of a bumpy start, but they've dusted off their shoulders and realised they've got some swagger that they didn't wake up with this morning. They've got a couple of rounds of advantage here, and forcing AVE, I think for the only second or third time this entire matchup, they're on a save.
Yeah, they really have nothing to really work with. But look at Hoodie's going to be able to use the ult, able to jump over the wall, makes the first connection, lands perfectly. So the good start they need, it might push MMG Gaming back a little bit. Not trying to go for the full push, but instead they actually are grouping up. They're not really letting off the gas necessarily. They are still trying to see, let's find what we can, let's see what we can find here. But now the spike slowly creeping its way out of the long A corridor, still hanging out in the back in the defender or the attacker side spawn, waiting things out. But this is going to be a big push, and that's the Jet all the way. This Jet, they could be able to pick up a frag or two. We'll have to wait and see. Still has the ult out. Oh, Kappa, he's not able, but he is able to make the one, but not able to get the second.
That Blade Storm, I was worried, I was concerned, and Frosty, I do believe he should be on his ult, or have his ult available as well for the Jet. So a double Blade Storm, could see the double down for the Jet ult this round, perhaps. But don't worry about that for now. Zym, really, Zym, I should say, taking a lot of hits at Courtyard. That's going to be an issue for the retake.
Yeah, this is going to be a big, big problem. And even the raise is quite low. Well, not going to be mattering anymore as Atlas finds the third. And Atlas has just completely popped off so much in this game.
Yeah.
I'm really, really impressed with the way that Atlas is playing.
Atlas was getting us some tough engagements to start things off. We talked about MMG's struggle to get into this game. And I say struggle, it's from AVE's outplaced. They've really been playing a sick game. And we talk of sick plays, a sick play coming through. It's going to come this time from Pun. Sheriff to the face of the infamous Atlas. 2-on-1.
Yeah, and I mean, this kind of a situation, the spike's already taking quite a bit. I mean, doesn't really have much armor to work with. Has a bit of utility, you know, that they, you know, he could try to burn if he wants, but instead will just put this rifle into that next round. And I definitely don't blame him. I mean, look at their money. 1,500. The only person I think I saw was over 3. So really not a big, big thing in terms of cash flow. But MMG now hitting those double digits, getting closer and closer to taking this map. But we'll have to wait and see if AVE can pick something up. I mean, the op is going to be back in the hands of Hoodied. And this is kind of another big test for them, because if they can get this, again, back to the story we know. But if not, I mean, it allows MMG Gaming to just get closer to that victory point.
It most certainly does. A couple of seconds just for players to, you know, think about it. Last minute play. Guys, we're sticking to the plan or we're switching it up. You never know within the Valorant realm. Ascent ever changing with those strats as well. But talking to strats, Hoodied, he's so aggressive, lads. He was right in there.
I really, really like that play. And I mean, the one thing to note too is that the Omen from All Victory Esports was waiting behind the other side of the wall, was using the paranoia, which allows that aggression to work out even better, because then the blind will connect and should be easy frags. And you almost saw it happen, but it doesn't. It was just within seconds of missing each other. But a missed opportunity, definitely close. And look at Atlas is getting ready to potentially burn this lockdown, getting closer and closer. And actually, a very interesting spot. I don't think I've seen that yet.
I haven't, and I don't even know if that would be wallbangable unless you're right next to it. Atlas, another shot. The wallbang through Boathouse. This is my house, says Atlas, and we're looking for some more.
Spike planted.
Oh, and Gaming Messiah does make the connection, so now making it the 4-on-3 situation. MMG Gaming, they do have this spike down, so time is the essence here for All Victory Esports. They need to creep their way through. Atlas holding the tightest angle on just the other side of market, and that will be the Jet player with the op ready to go. But now Atlas goes for a run, but he's not able to get any more than that. And All Victory Esports clean up house, and they're able to pull back and survive even more.
I really was hoping for the spray down triple. Atlas, come on. You can't miss that 3K. I'm kidding. That put so much on the table so far, Atlas, and we've loved the story of the arc and the curve of the recovery as well. And if you're watching from home and you're like, you know, I've played a bit of Valorant, I had a stinky game, and I'm not sure if I want to play it again. Look at Atlas, for example, in this matchup. Atlas did not have a good start to this game, was rocky with the team, and look, 20 in 13 now, so anything can happen. Frags across all of the scoreboard for both teams. Every player getting involved here.
Yeah, and I mean, even just like Atlas hitting 20 frags, you know, as a killjoy is so important. I mean, just really pulling up those big numbers and definitely hitting the double digits makes a big statement already for the first game here in the group stages. And for anybody that is curious, it is just a best of one, of course, in the group stage, so anybody can take this map. But now it's going to be Zyme to have to fall back, use the blast packs, trying to get out of there as fast as possible. The drones, there's a lot of exchanges, a lot of information, a lot of utility being burned inside of Catwalk and Tree. But now, even the defense, they're going to have to pull back a little bit on the trigger. But Zion posted up ready, Hoodied, just holding a very tight angle in that connector of Long A, hoping to find that op, but he's not able to as Boltsy takes him down. And now the opportunity, that window of opening, it's getting bigger and bigger.
It is there. They're kicking the door down here. Spike's going to go down as well, and Zion trying to fly around there with the satchel. No match for Bears, though. 2K for me. Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, poor Zion. Just blast packing away, trying to get away from that situation, trying to get out of the smoke, but not able to. But Atlas finds the head of Pun, trying to find also another, but now that's going to be the Hunter's Fury to make the connection. Not able to do the full frag, but no harm, no foul. MMG Gaming already putting themselves on the 11th. And All Victory Esports, they seem to lose these gun rounds. Like, they win the gun round and then they lose that second round.
They do, and we saw Zyme just trying to fly around the satchel. I think that spells the story of the second half here for AVE. They've not really been able to get into this one so far, and MMG's individual clutches, they're making the difference. It's not even just team plays at this point. We've seen so many players pop off, and you've got that 18 from Boltsy, great trades as well from Atlas and all. So, you know, it takes practice, and if you put in that time in your aim labs or whatever it may be, it converts right in. And these players proving it in this 11-8 matchup so far.
It really is. And I mean, this is still, you know, a game where we can see All Victory Esports, they can make the climb back, but it's all about picking up this next round if they can. They're going to be posted up, but Frotzy going to be taken down as Gaming Messiah has the tight angle, able to get one, able to get two, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. And now MMG Gaming, they need to respond back. Boltsy and also Bears equalize this back to a 3-3, but Hoodied, he goes for the wide swing with the stinger. What on earth? And now we're down to a 2-2.
That's gross. You're gonna feel grubby after that one, and you don't just need Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer for what's going on right now. Might need it in the server after those kind of plays. A Stinger drive-by happening from Jet, and this 2 versus 2, this is so important for AVE, lads. If they can get this, they're back in the game, period.
Yeah, and you can even see Okinos is going to be in the back of Boathouse, hanging up on the tight corner on the left-hand side. And that will be the shock dart that's going to come through. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but does a little bit. Now you can see the smoke should be coming through, still holding it down. Both players grouped up together. They're trying to play a bit of a crossfire, but now you see both players coming through the sidewalk, but Okinos finds one. Is he able to find the second? It will be Bears. And Mamba Mode hold themselves to match point, and we're going to have to see everything on the line here for All Victory Esports to make a comeback. But their money's bunked. They got nothing.
That's, if you've ever lived paycheck to paycheck before, Laz, I know I have. That's when you're like, oh man, I don't even know if I can get a Happy Meal with this, and those are bad feels when you get a Stinger and a Sheriff as your primary buy. Look, they've got a Spectre. That's the best gun. That's the best gun.
Oh man, I'm talking about living on the paychecks. I mean, really, that's what we're seeing. Like, this is it. Like, they're just kind of scraping with what they can. Happy Meal buys, the cheapest thing you can get. Let's see if it can do what you need to do. And I mean, I'm a little bit terrified for All Victory. I mean, they need to come up big, and they need somebody to kind of just somehow catch the timing off of these players on the attacking side. We'll have to wait and see, and it looks like Mumbo Gaming, they're getting ready for another A-hit, and they're taking this all together. They have no lurks except for the Sova. It looks like he's the only one that's kind of hesitating on this play. But it'll be interesting to see if they change their plan. They still have plenty of time on that clock.
This is going to be horrific if they push this. Stingers versus your Vandals, and mostly Phantoms. An interesting choice here. The meta choice of their own, at least for MMG. Match point, looking to kick the door down. And Stingers, does that spell success? I'm not too sure in this situation.
I mean, a little bit of a sting, right? Like, I mean, the Omen, he got a little bit of a bee sting on him, and he takes some damage. That scratch is still there, but still alive. No problem for him. Spike will be down, and this is a tough situation. I mean, now they're gonna have to retake this, and Zyme got 2 members close to him. Look at this. Oh my goodness, but he makes the one. Can he find the other? And that's gonna be the Jet just on the other side of this door, and it's falling apart. And now it's just down to Striker, 30 HP, and a Sheriff and a Dream, but he makes able to get one. Can he get the second? Yes, he will. He needs to find 2 more to stay alive. He's got 4 HP, but that's gonna be it. Mamba Mode Gaming take this 13-8.
Striker, though, give him props, making that last round still look like an ace. The 2 Sheriffs, the 1 through the paranoia, and that will see it through. MMG taking that one, and that was an interesting matchup for us, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did too. You know, honestly, it definitely went quite a bit in the distance that I thought. I mean, 13-8, it was a lot closer than the score shows, right? I mean, 13-8 is still very respectful, of course, but it was always down to these like 2v2 situations. Some players were doing some big plays, but a lot of 3v3s, 2v2 situations, which really just came down to the wire. And I mean, wow, what a way to start things off here on Sunday.
Yeah, that's got me definitely jacked up and ready to go. 6-6 at the half and 13-9 for the final. If you're just tuning in right now, I myself cover Frag, and here with Laz for VCS's Valorant Sunday Showdown, and $1,000 for the winner. Sorry, $700 for the winner. $1,000 prize pool overall. Thank you for checking in with us. And aside from Valorant coming up here today, do not miss the giveaway for Red Bull we have. You're not going to want to miss it at all. So if you're a fan of Red Bull, check mark. If you're a fan of Valorant, check mark. Stick around. Plenty of that to come your way. Otherwise, though, we're talking about the MVP. We bigged him up, and I think you knew it already, didn't you, Laz? It's Atlas, my man. He's going to be the MVP for map numero uno.
Yeah, with a combat score of 287, really not bad at all. 21-15. Atlas just really picking up those impact frags. I mean, I talk about that all the time in any match that I'll commentate, but I mean, you could see Atlas just on the top and really just making those differences, really finding those openings. And especially as a killjoy, that's not normal. Like, I mean, he was picking up frags, and the timing just seemed very perfect for him, especially for MMO Gaming. So congratulations to them for winning their first match, and definitely big kudos for him for getting that MVP.
Yeah, inhuman reactions. I'd love to see how many Red Bulls have you had, my friend? Be honest. Don't lie to me. How many Red Bulls have you had? And give me the pro tips. And maybe keep them to themselves for the rest of Mumbo Gaming's series. But we'll see what goes on from here. So we'll put it to a commercial ad for the meantime. And when we're back, plenty more Valorant action coming your way.